So you want to get the brand new Statue Slugger. Guys, get the brand new Statue Slugger. Guy's going to be moving like me after Thanksgiving dinner. He is going to be slumped out, trying to, I can only imagine, trying. Somehow your opponent knows you're going to be debuting Yordan Alvarez. And it's a Polo Grounds game. Good luck for you is all I can say. But anyway, we're going to talk about the fastest way to get Mr. Yordan Alvarez. We got that done. Also the Chris Sale, who's in the mix also. There's ways to make stubs on this. In the process, this is the best way to do it. As always, go ahead, leave a like down below on the video. If you guys do enjoy, subscribe to the channel. Stumbling on my words here, but yeah, subscribe to the channel. That would be pretty cool. And let's get it going. So, brand new POTM program. We have a ton of new diamonds, and the July's coming tomorrow. We've got a teaser, which I talked about on my Twitter. You guys can follow me over there. But again, we fall into the same spot, stage 1 through 3. How do you get it done? What is the best thing to do? Now, there's good ways to go about this. There's not as good ways, and there's shitty ways to go about it. I'll tell you about the good ones. So you're going to start out at stage 1 here. Of course, you have to finish all the top style moments. No shit, right? Well, this is known news. You also have to finish the top style collection. And again, I'm going to repeat this for the umpteenth time. You do not get points to carry over to stage 2. You're going to get more than the, I think it would be 65 or whatever, in order to move on to stage 2. The points don't carry over. You don't get a head start. Stage 2, you get started. There's plenty of ways to get it done with the missions, moments, and everything. The kit and caboodle that they have in front of you, right on those screens of yours right there. So, we're going to start off in stage 2, and this is what I would do. I'd start off with the moment challenges, get all of them done. This one in particular has been giving people knots in their ass hairs. Oh my lord. 12 strikeouts and a pitcher moment. What fun, SDS. I didn't know they dropped Moments Extreme early this year. My best tip for this right here, for getting Chris Sale done, I did get it on the first try. It took me till the 9th inning, but we did get it done. I recommend just kind of throwing 2 high fastballs and then some junk in the dirt. Usually, before 2 strikes, they won't sniff at it. They will look like fucking Juan Soto, Barry Bonds, if you try and throw them anything outside the strike zone. They'll spin on it like Mia Khalifa in her prime. So give them 2 fastballs up and just give them some dirt. There's a chance you get pulled. I had a couple people in my Twitch stream that did say they got pulled from the game and they lost as a result of that. So I don't know. There's not too much you can do at that point. Go the circle changeup, see if that works. Okay, there we go. So mixing speeds is highly recommended. If they're not chasing the dirt, throw a changeup. Obviously, it was 3-2. It kind of had to be a strike in that scenario, but you get the point. Starting with the high fastballs, usually they'll look at a few or they will swing and miss, and then go for sliders in the dirt. If they don't swing, you know, just go with the circle changeup at that point. So it's going to be frustrating. It's not exactly my idea of fun. Now we have this. You would have gotten at that point a couple of these cards, and this is what I would recommend doing. So these are retaining a lot of value. They've actually went up in price. Since I did it yesterday, they were going for about 38,000. Now they're going for about, 42, 44,000. So they've gone up slightly. Not a ton, but incrementally. And these have kind of settled. If anything, they've gone down a couple thousand stubs. So these 95s are going for about 50, and these are going for about, high 30s, low 40s currently. So again, you only have to do 1 collection in order to get this done. You don't have to do a second. And in this case, 5 out of 5 means you only need to get 3, or 5 rather, of the 93 overalls. So I can now sell this Daniel Hudson left over, which I will likely do, and you'll also have an option to get all of these cards. So here's where it comes in, right? Because in my opinion, there's only 2 that are actually worth a damn. The John Gray, it might as well be grayed out. Might as well not be a card, because he's not going to see any playing time on, I imagine, anybody's team. I will do a shoey on stream if by some act of God I face this card in a ranked seasons game. The Schwarber and Bryan Reynolds actually have a purpose, so you might want those cards. Now, I recommend keeping one of them and selling the other. You're going to make about like 50,000, like I said, off the one that you do decide to sell, and then you will get a chance to get the second one that you want. You know, whether you pick Reynolds, get Schwarber, vice versa, you'll be able to do so. So that is good. You know, Yordan Alvarez, you're going to have to get PXP with him in order to do so, or with monthly awards from that point on, which there are some good cards, such as the Jorge Lopez, so I do think you are going to earn progress there. So yeah, you complete one of the collections, and then you're going to get a little bit more progress. I'd recommend just buying basically all the 93s, and this is how you can do it. How I finished it, the Tops Now mission, the monthly award pitcher and hitter, and then I didn't have to do the sale, I didn't have to do Gray or Schwarber, I just did all the 93s, which I bought those outright beforehand. You'll get 3 before the end of the program, so you'll have to buy just 2 more of them. And then Bryan Reynolds. You can do Chris Sale and mitigate one of those. I didn't do that because I didn't have the Chris Sale at the point. When I got Yordan, I finished a lot of the stuff in one fell swoop. So from there, what you're going to want to do is load up the team. What I did is take your POTM cards. Again, you'll have Tasker, Drury, and John Birdie, who is on my bench right now, probably where he's going to stay for the rest of eternity. You're going to want those cards on your team, and then put all the pitchers in and just, you know, switch between them. And again, with how many seasons is juiced right now, I highly recommend taking advantage of this and grinding that as well. So again, if you missed the video, essentially what we're doing here is we want to be the home team. On next generation consoles, you're going to be using blank canvas on All-Star difficulty. Why, you might ask? Because you get very good rewards for scoring 30 runs in one run. Usually it took me about 2 games right here. I just needed a little bit more pitching parallel XP, so I wasn't too focused on hitting besides a couple players like Bryan Reynolds because I wanted to be better for my team. You're going to get 5 Ballman packs, and likewise right here a Headliner Choice pack, which has 1 to 3 odds at a diamond. So that's pretty good. Score 10 runs in one game. On All-Star difficulty at blank canvas, it's really not very difficult. If you power swing and set up for a underneath PCI, you're going to have good results. There's no reason to be on top of the ball. So you're going to find more luck even being a bit under it. You know, so don't feel bad. I would just start your PCI at the bottom of the strike zone and go up from there. You'll get used to it the more you do it. So again, blank canvas, if you don't have it, go to the Stadium Vault, look up GomesDaLegend as the online ID. If you are on last generation, if you're on PS4, Xbox One, at that point, the stadiums I would recommend that you do would probably be more something like Coors, Great American Ballpark, Minute Maid, or Mickey Maid, as some people call it. Those are going to be a little bit better for you because obviously you don't have the Stadium Vault. It's going to be more difficult for you, absolutely. And at that point, I might recommend just go for the Headliner pack and play on rookie difficulty. And at that point, scoring 10 runs on mini seasons against a team full of jobbers ain't that difficult. That is something a lot more doable than going on All-Star difficulty for a lot of you. So pick your favorite hitters. Ballpark, again, Great American tends to be pretty good, especially if you have lefties. Coors is always good. It's a little deep, so if you do hit it to center field, even with the mile-high air, it still might not carry out of there. And one more thing that's very important. You can pick and choose. You can cherry pick your opponents just by hitting Start Fresh Season. You press square on the main screen right here, and you are going to refresh. You're going to want to do this once you hit these goals each time. And of course, you see the versus. That's going to mean you are the home team, and you can get a gauge at the squad also. 82 Tom Seaver. Pretty good. You know, that's a very doable matchup. I can get that done. So you don't want to face off against like the Cats, for example, who will always have 99 Randy, or just a good team. You know, the worse the better. Why make it more difficult on yourself if you don't have to? Think smart, not harder. That's what my teachers always said, and I'm bestowing that information on you. So that's how you do it. That's how to make a good amount of stubs in the process. And if you don't want any of these cards, if you don't want the Bryan Reynolds, you don't want the 95s, you're going to make over 100,000 stubs here, alongside a ton of fucking packs. So really good stuff here. Again, if you guys are excited for Yordan, let me know. I will throw a quick comparison up with Babe Ruth and Yordan Alvarez if you guys are, you know, curious how he stacks up. I do think he's a good card. This is parallel 3 Babe Ruth. He is at a secondary. Babe's technically a right fielder. I think he's better at left field, but I do think Babe's a better card. You know, it's worth it still for the grind to get Yordan. I think there's going to be a big collection for POTM eventually, but yeah, for the time being, I think Yordan is going to be on the bench for me. I just don't see him starting over Babe, and I don't want an outfield where I have Babe Ruth and Yordan Alvarez playing on opposite corners. That just sounds like not a good time. As someone who isn't into a pain kink, I'm gonna not do that and save myself the trouble. So that's gonna do it. As always, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you guys are brand new to the channel. Hope you guys have a great day. There comes out. Yeet.